We're back and you're watching News Channel 3 live at 9. The Shelby County Board of Commissioners will meet in their committees and full commission later today.
That's right. And to look ahead, we are now live with Commissioner Michael Whaley. Thank you for joining us this morning. Let me start with this. I know you all had Dr. Michelle Taylor last week and then asked her to come back this week. She's supposed to be back. We just had her on. I don't know if you got a chance to listen. I want to start with this, though. Information about schools. We saw, if you look at any of the dashboards across the county, whether it's Shelby County or some of the municipal districts, the numbers have skyrocketed since kids got back into the classroom. There's also a major concern about teacher shortages because they too, like everyone else, have been affected by this. What has the conversation been like, or what do you anticipate it being like, particularly surrounding education?
Yes, well, good morning, Zanetta. Good morning, Alex. Appreciate y'all having me on. I think the challenges that we face right now around schools, which are challenges we faced, over the past couple of years, continue to be there, and it's complex because, I can understand the challenges on all sides where you have the importance certainly of in-person instruction, and undoubtedly is much stronger for students, but also making sure we're protecting the health of students and teachers and staff. And if we don't have the teaching staff to teach the students in person, it makes it really challenging. And the additional layer of complexity we have now is that the state has some different regulations and rules that make it a little more difficult to pivot in the event of COVID surges like we're seeing now. So it becomes more challenging to pivot between virtual or in-person instruction, even temporarily. And I think that's causing a lot of challenge all around.
Commissioner, we also spoke with Dr. Taylor this morning about the governor's response to giving more authority to local health departments such as Shelby County. What are your thoughts there with him saying no?
Well, I'm not too surprised by that. My belief generally is that, the local health departments across the state, whether it be Shelby County or in East Tennessee, that those closest to the communities ought to be the ones making the decisions on how to protect their communities. And so it does make it challenging if the Shelby County Health Department is not able to make different tweaks in order to help mitigate some of the challenges we face. But that said, I think we can't just sort of throw up our arms. We've got to think about what can we do, what can we control, and how do we make sure that we are moving forward and protecting the health of our community. So that's making sure that we're expanding access to frequent testing, not only at-home testing, but testing at different sites where you can go to, whether it be a CVS, Walgreens, a city site, a county site, a state location, and also encouraging people to get their vaccines or their boosters if they've already had their vaccines. So there's certainly a lot of things that I think we can, as a community, control, and those are things we ought to be doing.
Commissioner, also along those lines, something else that's on the agenda today is taking a look at some of that funding that was provided through the American Rescue Funds Act related to COVID-19. Tell me a little bit about what that discussion will be like today.
Yeah, sure. So I think the specific item that we're looking at today has to do with having someone help oversee the compliance as it relates to the federal grant program. As most know, when you have federal dollars involved, you have to be really sure that you're accounting for it properly. It's something that I believe we need to make sure we're doing such that we are investing those dollars in the right places and that we're having accountability and follow-up for how those dollars are spent. So we've got an item today that helps look at that to support the administration of the program. But generally what you're going to see over the coming weeks and months is more resolutions that come and appropriate those funds. And my position as budget chairman is really to help ensure that we're investing those dollars in the places that really make the biggest difference to our community and help make people's lives a little bit better.
Commissioner, speaking of investing dollars, I know you folks have been looking into redesign plans for the redevelopment of Tom Lee Park in downtown Memphis. About $6.7 million could be invested in that project by the county. What are your thoughts there? Could that money be spent better elsewhere? There are other places that also need those additional dollars as well, or do you think this is a worthwhile cause?
Well, I mean, I certainly think there are lots of needs in our community. I mean, there's no there's an endless amount of need, I think, in places where we can invest. But my belief has always been that it's really important that we are prioritizing public assets. I was really proud to lead a change in our agreement with Shelby Farms Park so that we would invest more in Shelby Farms, which is, in Commission District 5, but certainly a park that is visited by people from all over the county. And I think the same could probably be said about Tom Lee Park downtown, is that, it's a public asset that we really want to encourage more people to visit, not just visitors, but folks that live in Memphis and Shelby County. I think we've seen over the past couple of years how important recreation and outdoor spaces are. And I'm all for as many as we can do in creating more parks, not just in Shelby Farms or in downtown, but creating really great parks in neighborhoods across the county.
All right, Commissioner Whaley, thank you very much for your time and your service. We appreciate you being with us on Live at 9.
You bet. Thanks, Alex.
All right, good to see you.